Hey everyone, Courtney here with Southern Owls, and today I'm going to teach you how to make my scarecrow kit. So these kits will be available at thesouthernnowls.com. You'll receive one work form, a sign, 5 pipe cleaners, 1 cable tie, a piece of metal, and that's what we're going to use to hang up our wreath, 2 rolls of fabric mesh. You are going to get a bundle of ribbon cut and ready to roll for your ribbon tails. And then you're going to get 4 rolls of little ribbon like this, and this is going to be for your bow, okay? So let's get started. So all of those supplies will come in your kit. So I'm going to move everything out of my way. And we're going to start off by cutting our mesh. This is 10-inch fabric mesh. We're going to be using this beautiful tan and this beautiful navy color. It's going to look really, really nice. So what I always like to do is stack mine on top of each other. I'm going to roll them out a little bit, and then I always put something heavy so the rolls don't come back at me. And I like to use a rotary blade, so we're going to get that, and we're going to cut at 20 inches, and we're going to do the whole roll, okay friends? I'm going to actually really move these out of the way so I can have, there we go, I can have some room. So we're just going to cut both rolls at 20 inches, and we're going to cut every single last piece of it. So you should end up with 18 pieces per color, which is perfect because on our raised wreath form, we're going to have 18 twisty ties. So we'll be putting this in every single twisty tie. So we need 18 of each color because we're going to double up on those as well. Welcome in if you're new to my channel. This is a wreath kit that I do have available to purchase at thesouthernnowls.com. Now I have limited quantities, so of course, first come, first serve. I think I have 9. I think I'll have 9 available. If you're not a wreath maker and you love this wreath, it will be available to purchase on my website, thesouthernnowls.com. I got a new microphone, so let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know. I got a big old microphone now. Big old mic, ready to rock. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're having an amazing day today. So this is the first wreath kit I have ever launched by myself, which I'm super excited. I have 2 more in the works that will be winter themed, so stay tuned for those. I'm going to release this one, of course, the date. Well, you're watching it now, so it's June. I released this one in June. I'll release one in August. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a month. One in July, and then the last one in August for now. So I'm super excited to do this with y'all today. Also, super fun, I set up my camera so I can see it on my laptop, so I can make sure that we're getting good views and I'm not in the way and it's not all weird. So I have a couple inches left, but that's okay. We're gonna toss this in the trash, and now we're gonna grab our work form. So this is a raised work form. It comes with the tinsel ties already attached, and I'm just going to fluff this out and get it ready to roll so I'm not struggling with this part also. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to grab all of the mesh one by one, and we're gonna ruffle this piece onto our work form. So what I always like to do is I like to flip it so it already naturally like rolls in on itself. So I like to flip it out, make sure it overlaps about an inch or two, find the middle, give it a pinch, and then walk your fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle. So this is going to be how we make all of our ruffles. And then we're gonna pick a twisty tie. I always like to start at the top, and then we're gonna twist it in just like that. Okay? And now we're gonna do every other color. Same thing, flip it over about an inch, find the middle, give it a pinch, and walk your fingers over to the other side. And then this one, I'm gonna put the opposite direction. So this one was up and down, this one's gonna go side to side. And we're just gonna keep on going, my friends. How's everyone doing today? Welcome in if you're new here. Glad you're here. And like I said, this is a wreath kit that is available on my website, theSouthernOwls.com. Super excited to launch my own kits. And there'll be more of these in the future if y'all guys like them. If you like them, I can always do more of these, okay? They're super fun to design. Also, if you make it, if you buy the kit and you make this wreath, tag me in it, or show it to me at least. Send it to me on Facebook or tag me on social media. I love to see y'all's work, okay? So we're just layering it on every other. Keep on with that ruffle method. And I'm just flipping it every other from long to side. Have you ever used fabric mesh before? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Okay, we got one more piece for the top. And we're sticking with that ruffle method. Flip it over. Now I like to use the table. I know there's a lot of other techniques that you can use, but to make a ruffle, but this is what I like to do. And we're just twisting it right into those twisty ties, okay? Just like that. So now we have the top done. Now we're gonna do the same thing all along the bottom. But instead of doing directions, I always just do it the same direction on the bottom. So still sticking with the ruffles. Open that twisty tie up and twist it in. I just go side to side on the bottom, okay? I just put it in side to side. And we're gonna do that the whole way. We're still gonna flip it, right? Every other color. So we just did the navy, and now we're gonna put the tan. So we're still sticking with that. Twisting it in. Make sure, guys, when you're twisting your twisty ties, you get them really nice and tight also, okay? You don't want that mesh slipping out later. And here's the fun part. All your mesh starts sticking together. It starts sticking on everything because now you're building up this beautiful base. You're taking up more room on your table. This mesh is so beautiful together. I know it's only June, but have y'all started designing for fall yet? I haven't. I'm not going to decorate for fall until after summer, but I do, as a designer, as a wreath maker, I do like to be a little bit ahead of the seasons so people have time to see your work and buy it and all the things, right? Remember, this is 10-inch fabric mesh, and they're cut at 20 inches. So you could take this tutorial and design it with a different wreath as well. So if you don't want to purchase a wreath kit, you could still take this design that I'm doing and use materials that you already have. But the cool thing is this one does have a wreath kit, so y'all can follow along with me and have all of the same exact supplies that I'm using today. And once again, you can purchase that wreath kit at thesouthernowls.com. In the description of this video, I will link everything. Okay, so here's our first layer. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna keep going. So whatever you put first, you're now gonna do the opposite color. So we're still gonna do ruffles. Find the middle, give it a pinch, keep on going. And now we're going to lay that tan on top of the blue. And on the top, I'm gonna do opposite direction. So this one's side to side. I'm gonna go up and down, and I'm gonna put a navy on top because we put a tan on the bottom. Make sure you're getting those twisty ties nice and tight in there, okay? And we want to leave our tinsel ties alone because we're still going to use those tinsel ties. That's how we're going to put our ribbon tails on. So we want to make sure that we're keeping those tinsel ties intact, okay? So don't get ahead of ourselves. Don't cut those. Leave them alone because we're going to use those for the next step as well. Still just keeping with that ruffle method. Flip it over, find the middle, give it a pinch, walk it over to the other side, and lay it in. The reason why I like to do 2 layers of mesh, it's just really going to make your mesh really nice and full and thick. You're not going to be able to see the wires through. It's not going to be see-through. That's a better way to say it. It's not going to be see-through with a double layer of mesh. Okay, one more on the top, and then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. If you bought the kit and you are following along with me, drop a comment, let me know. Let me know that you bought my kit. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, I'm always looking for some good feedback. If you want something a little different, just let me know. Okay, so now we have that's stunning, okay? Now we have the top all done. So now we're going to go back and we're going to double up the bottom. Finding all of those twisty ties on the bottom and twisting them in. Anyone else see that? What is that pink? Oh, let me see if I can put that on there and then get that out. There's like a random pink thread in there. Where did that guy come from? It's like infused. Let me cut that. Okay. It was infused. That is so crazy. Never have I ever. Never have I ever. Has that ever happened to y'all? That has never happened to me. That had like some random color infused into my mesh. Okay. Keep on going every other. And remember on the bottom, I just stay with the same direction. I go side to side. Make sure those twisty ties are nice and tight. We got a few more pieces to go. Y'all are doing so good. So good. Keep it going. Where is everyone watching from? I always love to know where my viewers are. If you're new here, I'm in the Houston, Texas area. I live out in the country, and I turned my barn into my crafting oasis. So I currently craft in my barn. It's a little hot, but I am putting a second AC window unit in. Hopefully any day. I contacted my AC guy, so hopefully he'll come over and install it soon, because it is a little steamy in here. Okay, we got 2 more left. Wow, what a beautiful base this has made. Look how full and beautiful that is. What do y'all think? That is looking great. So, what I always like to do next is the sign. So this is a metal sign from Creek Road Designs. This is a 10-inch sign that will come in your kit. And what I like to do is punch holes. You can also use cable mount tie tabs. Just make sure that you use really, really good super glue and let it let it cure for 24 hours. I just punch holes now because I don't trust those stickers anymore. So I just always punch holes in it. So this is a jewelry punch. It is linked in my Amazon storefront. It's less than $10. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch 4 holes. So we're going to do 1 down at the bottom, 1 on this side, 1 on this side at the top, and then 1 on the other side. I'm going to use white pipe cleaners today because I feel like that matches the best. You could use, well, you're going to get white ones in your kit. I was about to say, you can use navy ones also, but I put white ones in y'all's kit, so it blends in. So you're going to thread that through a couple inches, and then twist, 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 okay? Find the top hole. Thread that pipe cleaner through a couple inches. Twist, twist, twist. Same thing, find the next hole. Twist, twist, twist. And I will have all y'all's signs hole punched, ready to roll. Just in case you don't have a jewelry hole puncher, I am going to be making holes in y'all's signs. Okay, so now we have, whoop, there we go, sorry. Now we have all 4 of our pipe cleaners attached. So now you're going to want to choose where you want the top of the wreath. So what I always do is I always put this, I always have one right here as my center, okay? And then this will be my bottom. I want the tan at the top instead of the navy, but this is your wreath, you can do it how you want. I'm just choosing the tan. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna thread through all of these pipe cleaners right through our mesh. I'm gonna thread them all through, and then I'm gonna flip it over and show you what I'm doing underneath. So you wanna make sure when you are attaching a sign or a bow that you're going through your mesh and not around your mesh. You wanna go through it because that's gonna help your sign sit on top of the mesh, on top of your wreath, so it's not gonna sink down behind all your mesh, so it doesn't get lost in the mesh. Okay, so I'm gonna hold my hand here, I'm gonna flip it over so y'all can see. What I like to do is I just take, I don't want my hand to get in the way. Take this, sorry, I have to put my hand in the way. Take it and you're just gonna wrap it around the wire. And I'm also, you see how there's a bracket right here? I'm also gonna wrap it around the bracket a couple times. Just so I know it's not gonna go anywhere. And we'll just snip that off, okay? We're gonna do that to every single pipe cleaner. Twist it around. I'm gonna go around this tinsel tie just for a little bit more stability. A couple of times, okay? Okay, so we're gonna do the last one. Same thing, just wrap it around the wire frame, just like that. Just a few times, and then we can cut off that extra. Let's flip it over though, make sure, yeah, that's cute. Make sure it's looking how we want it to look. I'm gonna flip it. Okay, I'm so sorry, my camera stopped recording. So what I did is I just wrapped all of these pipe cleaners around the wire and then I cut off the extra, okay? So now our wreath is looking so cute. So now we're gonna take all of these pre-cut ribbons that I have, and this is where you get to decide what you wanna do. So you can either dovetail all of these ribbons, which you fold in half and cut up at an angle, right, to get your dovetail, or you can slice it at an angle like this. It's totally up to you. I like a good dovetail, so I'm gonna dovetail all of mine. So take all of your ribbon bundles and you just determine what you want to do and how you want your ribbon to be cut. I'm going to do a couple at a time. You take your time. If you want to do one at a time, you want to do a couple at a time. Just take your time. Make sure it's nice and neat and good clean cuts. and cut up at an angle. I accidentally already did these. So these two are going to go together on the wreath. You should have 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of each of these ribbon. So this is a 1.5, and that's your 2.5. Now these, you should have 9. You should have 9 of these. Cut up at an angle. Fold in half. Cut up at an angle. These are cut at 13 inches. They're already pre-cut though, so you don't have to worry. Don't have to worry about cutting them. They'll already be pre-cut in your kits. And then look how cute this tinsel scarecrow ribbon is. So adorable. It matches our sign so well. Ooh. Okay, so now we have all of our ribbon dovetails. So the scarecrow ribbon with the blue plaid is going to go together. So we have 9 each of these. So let's put on our ribbon tails. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip this bottom because we're going to put a bow right here. So we're going to skip the bottom, but we are going to start on the blue, and we're going to put 1 scarecrow and 1 plaid. We're going to lay those on top of each other. Find the middle, give it a pinch, open up that twisty tie, and lay it right in. Giving that twisty tie a few good twists, and then I like to spread out my ribbon in an X pattern along my wreath. So, and I always want to make sure that Mr. Scarecrow is facing the right way, right? Because it is directional ribbon. So it's a little tricky, but I have faith in you. So now we're going to take the plaid 2.5 and this fun, isn't this beautiful? This glitter ribbon. Find the middle, and we're going to twist it right on to the twisty tie right next. And we're just going to spread these out just like that. You just kind of get a little bit more coverage doing it this way. There we go. Is that better? Can y'all see that? There we go. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. So your wreath might vary a little bit if you didn't put the tan pieces at the top and the bottom, and you did the blue here, then you'll just have, you'll be doing opposite on the mesh color, which is fine. Because you just really want to, you know, make it your own. I'm just giving you guidelines, how I would do it, and then you can put your own flair on it, right? Find the middle, give it a pinch, and then put that right into that twisty tie. And then spread these. You can arch them a little bit too as you go. Just imagine your ribbon being like a flat iron, or your fingers being a flat iron, and you're just kind of making a little arch, because everything is good and wired ribbon. So we're just going to keep on going with that same pattern, and just remember to skip that bottom one, because we're going to be making a bow at the end of this tutorial. Okay, so here's another personal preference. Okay, I love the twisty ties. I love those guys. I think they're so cute. I think they give the wreath a little pizzazz. I keep them. If you hate them, cut them off with your nippers. you can cut those bad boys right off. I like them. I think they just give a little sparkle to the wreath, a little extra, you know, extra. But I can understand also if it's not your style, because some wreath makers don't like them. And that's okay. And that's okay. We all have our personal preference, and that's what makes us unique and our designs unique. Which makes this really fun. Okay, and remember, we're gonna keep this guy open because that's where we're gonna put our bow. So now we're gonna move on to the bottom, sticking with that same pattern. One and one. And just twisting them. Now what I do on the bottom is I just V these towards me. I don't spread them out like the top. I just have them in a V out towards me. Make sure you're paying attention to your sign direction and what direction your ribbon's going on, because you don't want to put your scarecrow ribbon on upside down. So kind of just, you know, make sure of that. So we have our scarecrow facing the same direction so he's never upside down, right? I mean, he can live the upside down life if he wants, but we're just twisting that on all the way around. Just taking one and one, giving it a pinch, finding the middle, twisting it in. Same thing all the way around. Okay, guys? Look at Mr. Scarecrow. See what way he's facing now. Putting him right in there. Last one. Okay, who's ready to make a bow? Okay, so this is what it should look like if you followed along. So cute. So cute. And here is the bottom ones. Just like that, okay? Super cute. Okay, so now we left this spot blank because that's where we're gonna put our bow. In your kit, you are gonna have some long rolls of ribbon like this. You're gonna wanna grab your cable tie and your pipe cleaner, okay? We're gonna unroll our ribbon a little bit. We're gonna start off with our 2.5 inches. And this is kind of like dealer's choice. I'm gonna do tails, but if you're like, you know what, I don't wanna put a bow, you can just cut these off at 13 inches and do another tail, okay? And you'll just have some extra ribbon. But I wanna do a bow with some tails. So we're gonna measure out 12 inches for our tails. And we're gonna measure out 12 inches again, and that is how big our loops are going to be. They're going to be a 6-inch loop. Okay, so 6-inch loop, 12-inch tail, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So measure out the 12, give it a pinch, bring it in together, that loop, and then flip it. You're going to want to flip it on to the bottom because we're going to do tails. So if you're using a bow maker, it's going to be 2 6-inch loops, and then we're going to have a little extra, and then we're going to have 2 12-inch tails. I put a little extra in your kits because I wanted y'all to have enough, you know, just in case. So we're going to do another 12-inch tail. So we're just going to measure out the 12. Did I not cut that at the 12? No, hold on. Let me cut this guy a little bit more. Okay. 12-inch tail. 12 inches that we're going to measure to make a 6-inch loop. Times 2. Measure at the 12 to make a 6-inch loop. Make sure that your scarecrows are facing a good direction. And then I'm going to bring this ribbon underneath my loop. Ooh, I can't. Okay, we're going to cut that off because it's directional. So we're going to cut that off right where we're holding it. Okay? Because it's directional. And we don't want our scarecrows upside down. So you're going to grab the other end, pinch, move your thumb, and just lay that right there, and we're going to cut off at the 12. Okay? So now our scarecrow ribbon is facing the right direction. Okay? So now we have, ready, 4 6-inch loops, 4 12-inch tails. So now we're going to grab the 1.5 inch. I'm going to go with the shiny first. We're going to measure at 11. I'm going to shrink down just a little bit for the tails. 11 inches. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I hit my mic or my camera. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then we're going to shrink down the loops to 11. So that's going to make our loops 5.5 inches. Okay? And then once again, I'm going to throw that underneath that loop. Okay? And cut off a 12-inch tail, or 11, sorry, that should have been 11. It's fine, we can cut it when we're all done. Okay, so now we have, with the 1.5 inch, we have 5.5 inch loops. Okay, so now we're going to take our plaid 11-inch tail, 11-inch loops. So that's 5.5 inches if you're using a bow maker, or you're going to pinch at the 11 and make a loop and bring it together. Okay? And then we're going to flip that ribbon to the wrong side and flip it over my thumb to do that racetrack loop. And then we're going to bring that tail under all of that ribbon. So now we'll have our center loop, our 4 smaller 1.5 inch loops, and then we'll have our 4 2.5 inch loops. Okay, let me cut this off a little bit. Remember, I did give you extra just in case you have a boo-boo, or if you want a bigger bow, or whatever. Okay, so right where you're holding it, or if it's in your bow maker, you're gonna grab your cable tie, thread it around right where you're holding it, bring it together. Start sliding it down, but not all the way, because we need to leave a little room for our pipe cleaner. So you're going to take your tan pipe cleaner. I'm sorry, I'm flicking you off. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to lift up my middle finger. Okay, thread that through halfway. And then go all the way as tight as you can. And then clip off that cable tie, because now we're done with it. And now we're gonna start fluffing out our bow because it's nice and secure. Making sure all of our tails, there we go. All of our tails are down. So now we're gonna take all of our tails and we're gonna dovetail. So we're just, or cut it at an angle, whichever one you like. So I'm just gonna take them, fold them in half, and cut up. I'm gonna do these a little bit shorter, just so we can have some different lengths going on with our tails, so you can see the layers behind it also. Okay, so now everything is nice and dovetailed. Okay, so now we're going to pull our wreath back over here. And right here, where we left that bottom space open, we are going to thread through the pipe cleaner. Okay, thread it right through. Oh, I lost it. To the other side of the mesh. Give me a minute. Wow, it is not wanting to go through. I thought I had, y'all, I swear I brought a little plastic needle over here and now I don't even see. It is like stuck in that mesh. Give me a second. Good Lord. Okay. Wow. Holy guacamole. Okay, there we go. One down. One more to go. Wow, this one's giving me problems too. There we go. Okay, so remember, just like before, you want to make sure that you are attaching this to the wire form. And I'm going to use that bracket too, so it's not going to slide everywhere. Twist it, and then we can cut that extra off at the end. So now we're going to fluff out our bow. Just making sure our tails are going down. And our bow loops are looking gorgeous. So I just put my hands in the loops and just fluff all of that out a little bit. There we go. There's our beautiful bow on top of our wreath. All right, so what do y'all think? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Oh, I almost forgot. We have a piece of metal, little gauged wire. So you're gonna flip your wreath around, find the top, and you're just gonna, okay, bear with me. There we go. Maybe. Can y'all see? Yes. You're going to thread the wire through the top bracket of the top wire. And I just push this up with my thumbs. If you need to use needle nose pliers, you can do that. And I just twist that up just like that. So now you have a door hanger. So now you can hang that cutie patootie up on your front door. Okay, let me get my camera angle up just a little bit. Oh, sorry about that ring light. Hold on, let's do. Okay, well now it's gonna be a little dark. Hold on. I know. Gosh, Courtney, your big O fingers. Okay. I just want y'all to be able to see the whole thing. There we go. We got our beautiful bow, our sign, our ribbon tails going. Yay! That turned out so gorge. What do y'all think? I hope you love it. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, if you want more kits, drop a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I do have 2 more in the works. So if you enjoyed it, stay tuned for the other 2. And this kit, I only have 9 available. So grab them while you can at theSouthernOwls.com. Okay? Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this. And I can't wait to craft with y'all again. There we go. Now my light. There we go. Bye, everyone. Have a good one.